What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Points Blank Experience. It's your boy Rod, the host that sometimes does the most. And I want to welcome y'all to a new episode I have going on. I see we got some heavy hitters in the house. This is the inaugural episode of a series that I've been wanting to do for over a year. And it's Who's Been Grinding. It's not about Rod been grinding. I'm looking at a lot of content creators, YouTubers, not all of them are on YouTube. And I said, I've had a lot of supporters over the years, a lot. And I said, what can I do to give back to the content creators that have been supporting me? Not a super chat, not money, but what can I do? So I started looking at certain people and I said, man, who's out here grinding? I know I'm grinding. Your boy is grinding hard. And I said, man, I don't want to just focus on new content creators because there's a lot of seasoned content creators that's out here doing their thing too. I'm one of them. I've been on this thing for about going on 6 years now. And this is not for the weak. YouTube is not for the weak. Then I thought a little deeper. I said, man, there's people out there on YouTube that want to quit. They want to stop. Some of them are at 5, 6, 7, 800 subscribers. Some of them may even be at 8,000 and they're getting what they call creator's block or creator's memory block. But then you have some people that really didn't get any guidance, or sometimes they get too much guidance. They have too many people telling them to go this way, that way. And I was like, it goes beyond YouTube. There's people out there right now that want to quit their jobs. They want to give up. They're not being promoted. They're working their butts off. The money's not coming in quicker than the bills, or not even keeping pace with the bills. And I said, man, what can I do? So what I'm going to do is start, I don't know how often yet, but probably more often than not. This is not going to be a long live stream. It's not going to be 10, 15 minutes. It's going to be longer than that. But I even wore my OG hat up here, and the G is always a letter, always means something. It's for grinding. Who's been out there grinding? Who's been putting in that work? And today this is the first episode, and I'm going to be featuring someone. And if you think you know who it is, I can tell you, it's a couple of people in here. You should know who you are. Don't even answer. But if you think you know who it is, put it in the comments, please. I'm going to go through here and speak to everybody. But hopefully when you hear what I'm about to say, matter of fact, what we are about to say, because this person is going to be joining me, anybody that's ready to not only give up on YouTube, but maybe give up at their job or give up on their dreams or their hopes, stop listening today. Matter of fact, the day I quit grinding is the day that I find out who in the hell is they. Who is they? I could tell you one thing I found out in my 56 years of living. They is always those people that want to hold you down, want to hold you back. I'm going to go through here, speak to some of the people that see how I see we got Jerry here. What's going on, Jerry? We got Toya in the house. Hey, bro, chat. We got my co-host just asking for a friend, Keisha in the house. What up, Edward? What's up, fam? If y'all speaking to each other, I'm going to skip those. What's up? Nichols Journey Extras. Desmond, what's going on? And Kizzy, Dreamy Eyes, what's going on? What's going on? What is going on? I'm just going through here. Man, what up, Griffiths? What up, fam? How y'all doing? Thank y'all for being here. What? I got MRTV and Cowboy in the building. Hey, PB in chat. Thank y'all for being here. Country Hustle, what's going on? Appreciate you. And let me see who else we got in here. Everybody's speaking. Big Dime in the house. What's going on? Big Dime, I got my eyes on you. I got my eyes on a lot of people that's out there creating. MC, hey, what's going on, MC? Hey, PBT, she's been rocking with me for a while. Let me make sure. All right, so before I bring this person up, and I'm going to open the floor. Y'all can ask this person questions. Now, we're not going to be on here long because I promised this individual that, but I'm going to give you a little backdrop. I want to tell everybody why and how I chose this person. And please keep doing what you're doing because I'm trying to feature as many people as life, time, and God will allow. As many people as I can. That's 26 for me is all about giving back, showing people appreciation. And I want to thank CJ and Sharice. They shouted out and told everybody that I was going to be going live. Thank y'all for that. I know it's a couple lives going on. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anybody. What's up, Chad, my main man? Official Chad Money Minutes. What's going on, brother? On the go with YOLO. Thank you for being here. All right, let me read a couple things. And I am going to read. Usually I memorize all this stuff. But I'm going to read a couple things just so y'all can kind of get an idea of how I'm going to be doing these. Now, as I said, when I thought about this concept, I didn't want to talk about my grind. I get a chance to do that all the time. And I was like, yo, I've been going hard lately, but there was somebody out there going harder than I was. And I said, man, how is this individual doing this? Well, when I think about grinding, this individual defines grinding. Not the only one, but one of many, but the one we're going to be featuring today, the inaugural, who's been grinding inductee, I guess. I ain't got no Hall of Fame. Y'all know what I mean. They're gonna be in the hall. And this person is one of the most organized, intelligent, and fun content creators that I've ever seen. You know, you can go to some channels and they be kind of dry. You can go to some channels like mine have been and be over the top. You never know. But this person here is always chill and can read a crowd like I've never seen. Contrary to belief, she's one of the most down to earth. Notice I went from this content creator, I've broken it down to she. I'm trying to give y'all some hints. One of the most down to earth people I've ever met. She dropped her first video, 2023, January 16th. 141 views. That's pretty damn good. That's like 138 more than I had on my first. 2 months ago, she dropped a video, 14,000 views. Probably wanted to give up. We're going to all find out together because I've never asked this person this question. But is that grinding? Just because I went back 3 years and I came up to 2 months? No, I'm going to tell you what a grind, what a rubber meets the road. In the past week, this individual's done 4 live streams. 7 videos. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how much. That takes a lot of work. You have to shoot the footage. You have to edit it. Y'all know the drill if you're a content creator. But 4 live streams and 7 videos. And I'm going to tell you, I bet you, I'm going to ask her when she come up here, she probably didn't even think anyone was paying attention to that. They were enjoying the content. No one really gets paid to pay attention to that. But I do because I appreciate quality. Not only are we looking at 4 lives and 7 videos, but we're looking at 4 quality, almost movie style videos and live streams, reviews, things that people can use. Now, I'm going to go a little farther. 3,200 plus subscribers. 1,100 plus videos in 3 years. It's not easy. Channel memberships, unlike any other I've ever seen. I wouldn't even put my memberships up against this person because I couldn't touch it. I'm almost done. I'm going to give y'all the last little extra hint. She's an extensive traveler. So when you watch her, you can hear about popular destinations you may be going to. You can hear about all-inclusive excursions. You can hear about cruising. And the crazy part is this person's channel is not even primarily about traveling. You just get this as like, I don't know, the extra sauce on the Big Mac. I don't know. But the last thing I would say, not only has she been a guest on the old Getting to Know Points Blank Experience series, which is now the Experience with Rod, she's also, and it is an honor and a pleasure to even be able to say this, she's also a co-host of one of my series, Live and Direct. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring to the stage the first inductee into the Points Blank Experience, who's been grinding, and this person is Tanya from Event Yours. How you doing, my sister? How you doing?
What up, Rod? How's it going? How's it going?
I can't call it, man. That was a mouthful. I'm about to quit typing all that stuff, man.
You said a lot. I feel like, ooh, okay, somebody gave me an introduction. I ain't never got one of those, really, like no big extensive one like that. I see your hat matching your shirt.
Always, man. You know that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. Matter of fact, I put my Tiger Woods red on today. It's kind of chilly outside, so I put this on. But I said she ain't gonna think I did all this because y'all. I wanted to keep this a secret, but you can't keep nothing from Tanya. And I forgot to mention one of the last things I didn't read. You can't keep nothing from her because she's one of the biggest supporters on YouTube and she in everybody's content. So I couldn't hide it. I had to make it public. And then I knew I wanted her up here if she was available. So I told her a couple of days ago, and I said, she don't think I'm gonna do all this. She probably think I'm just saying, woo, come on up, Tanya, let's talk. Well, we're gonna be doing that tomorrow night as we talk about stereotypes on Live and Direct, which will be aired on both Point Blank Experience and Event Yours channel. But Tanya, talk to the people. How do you do what you do? This ain't no interview, y'all. I ain't got no million questions. I just wanted to show my appreciation. And even for the people that don't know Tanya, that's gonna get to know her, the people that are afraid to say it, the people that think she may automatically know that she's doing great. I'm saying it for all the people we see. I see you, and I appreciate you.
Well, thank you, bro. First of all, I want to say thank you. And it definitely was like just sprung this on me or whatever. So I wasn't really prepared or anything. So I'm just going to answer just willy-nilly. How do I do it? How do I do the channel? So one, I have a great support system. I do have my husband, my daughter. Now they help in the way that they help. But it does take a lot. It just takes a lot of planning, organizing, and the consistency. That to me is just like, when you go work out and maybe the first week, if you don't work out every single day at a certain time, then you're more likely to just rear off that plan. But if you do it consistently all the time, you begin to build a regimen, and it just happens. So that's, in a nutshell, that's basically how I do it. I just plan, stay consistent, plan out my year, which is usually what I do during the month of December, the month before the new year starts. That's why during the month of December, most of the stuff is either recorded, pre-recorded, and I may only go live just for my members. Outside of that, I use that month to plan for the next year, which means when I plan for the year, that means I've already decided if I'm adding any type of segments, if I'm changing any segments, if I'm collaborating, who am I collaborating with? How often am I going to collaborate with them? How often is this video going to show? The segment video going to show? What am I going to continue? What am I going to discontinue? Looking at analytics, just to see if there's anything that's just worth doing away with or improving. Getting insight and listening to the comments from my viewers to see what makes sense, what doesn't make sense, what they're interested in and what they're not. And just looking for ways to just keep the channel going. Because, after a while, you keep doing the same thing, it may get a little mundane. So sometimes it's always good to add a little spice in it, a little different, but at the same time, make sure it's sustainable. Because a lot of times people will do a bunch of things and it's not sustainable because they're doing too much. So anything that I do, it has to be incorporated into what regimen do I already have and does it fit? And of course, life happens at times, and there might be times when you'll see a cancellation or, hey, there won't be a live this week because life happens. And sometimes you may have a plan, but the plan may not work that week. So you may need to, change some things. So That's basically how I do it. And the reason I say my husband supports me is because he's not saying to me, oh, you on that YouTube again? Oh, you always recording. He's like, oh, what you got going on? Oh, hey, baby, I looked at the video. That video looked nice. So he's always encouraging me, always letting me know about the quality of it, and to the point where he enjoys watching the content. And so if he enjoys it and he's in it, or even when he's not in it, then that means it lets me know that, well, then that means someone else will, somebody else will most likely like it. Because usually if you're in your own videos, you'd be surprised. Not a lot of people rewatch their videos. But my thing is, if you can't rewatch your videos, then nobody else want to see it either. So if you don't even want to watch your videos, then nobody else gonna want to watch it either. If you think it's boring, they think it's boring. If you laugh, then most likely they'll laugh. If you find it interesting and valuable, then they'll find it interesting and valuable. So that's really the way I do it. Is it easy? No. Full-time job. I'm still a wife, still a mother, because my 23-year-old likes us so much that she don't plan on leaving no time soon. So she's here. And she likes to remind me that I'm your daughter and I'm still here. You still need to play mommy. So, I'm doing that too. So I just have to balance things, and everything is in priority. Family come first, my job, and then YouTube. So whenever y'all see Tanya go off the grid, please know I'm taking care of business, and I'll be back. It's just a matter of doing it. So in a nutshell, that's really how I do it.
So you said a mouthful, and you wouldn't be Tanya if you didn't. But
what the hell that mean?
Nothing. You're very thorough. But you said family, job, YouTube. So look at all the stuff that come before YouTube, and she still gets all of that done. And we all know family and job, that's 2 jobs in itself, sometimes 3, depending on the people. Then you add a 4th job, which is YouTube, and all of them are done well. One of the things that I want to say, Tanya, I want to ask before I say anything, have you ever wanted to quit YouTube? This isn't an interview, but I've always wanted to ask, and I work with you a couple times a month. I talk to you offline about the show or whatever, but have you ever thought about quitting?
Not necessarily quitting. I have thought about, this usually happens when life is going on, or when things are happening outside of YouTube that's going to take up time, and then I'm not able to maybe do my YouTube stuff on my regular regimen. And when I can't do that, then YouTube does start to interfere. But what ends up happening is I go, it's just temporary. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to quit. I have thought about, should I decrease the number of lives, instead of going live every week, maybe go live twice, every other week, or should I decrease the number of videos that I put out and things like that? I have thought about that. But my husband will always go, no, you don't need to do that. I'm like, well, it's easy for you to damn say, because you just show up and be timid. But there's a lot of preparation and planning and research that goes into every single last informational video, every single last live, every single last tasting video. There's research that occurs that, that goes on with that, which is the purpose of the channel, right? Is to teach people to know what they drink, know what you like, what are the flavor palettes that you like, look for things that fit that palette, and you know exactly what to order every time you go out. As well as what are some other alternatives, hence the reason for mocktails to cocktails with Famous, So yes, I have thought about it. Not necessarily quitting, but maybe just reducing the amount of content that goes out, the frequency of it. But my views just are the ones that keep me going. Because every time I think about doing that, I'll get DMs on Instagram, giving me ideas. Oh, do this, or can you review this? Can you make this cocktail? And so I keep those, and that just helps motivate me, because then all it does is make me think of new stuff to come up with. So I'm like, well, I can't keep adding and don't decreasing. And I don't mind decreasing, but what hubby has done is this last time, because I was working some things out at work, and there was some stuff that I really need to hone in on at work that was taking up a lot of time. And hubby really was looking at me like, you just really look stressed. You look tired or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I said, we got to do something with this YouTube, because I can't sustain this in like this. And he's like, I know what I can do. So now you're going to see Timmy and Juan doing reviews of things he's getting from the Base Exchange. So he wants to do that to bring in the veterans to watch. So he's going to be taking over either a Wednesday or two, or once in a while, him and Juan will do Tuesday libations. So then that way it gives me an opportunity to relax, and then they can pretty much just do their thing, So that's what I mean by support. That he is my support. He's my rock behind there. And then my daughter even volunteered to take care of the comments. I said, oh, hallelujah. Finally, one of our members who get paid, who don't do nothing, now she gets
I heard you say that in the live. I was like, well, what about your sister who do get paid? But I didn't hear the other part. I heard you say that. The other night when you and Timmy went live reviewing the Meet and I 50th Beats 50th birthday party, and that was a good review. And speaking of Meet and I, they just came in, and I want to say this, y'all. First and foremost, there's a lot of great content creators, new, seasoned. Right now, we ain't putting no labels on it. It's a lot of good content creators in these comments. But I do want to focus on some of the seasoned people that are here that don't mind. Now, I ain't saying go email them and call them. If you got their number, y'all know what y'all got. But if you're in a live or something, see them, speak to them, kind of get to know them. Anwar said this about me during the Meet and I Awards. Sometimes you may get to know these people, and they are willing to help. Tanya texted me the other day and hurt my feelings. I ain't getting into that. She hurt my feelings, y'all. I thought I had did big things on ChatGPT, CJ and Sharice, but I found out I didn't. And she sent me something today, and I was like, yes, man, But CJ and Sharice, that's another one. It's a MRTV come out. I don't want to call out too many names because I don't want to leave nobody out. House of X. I'm looking here, and these are some of the people. I'm looking. If I left anybody out, man, put your name down there, and I'll be more than happy to say it. But it's people out here, y'all. It's on the screen. Let me go back down here. CJ and Sharice said it best, man. If I had to say something here, tell me if you agree or disagree. You already said it, really. Being a content creator is not easy, but it's not hard. And I want to touch on that. In the Navy, we had a lot of acronyms. If you don't know what that is, that's like all this BRB and WYD. Those are acronyms. What you're doing. Well, I got one called DTM.
What is DTM?
Doing too much. Man, hey, I love the passion of these new content creators, man. But sometimes,
oh my gosh,
what I mean, don't stop the grind now. That's what the reason I'm here. But sometimes we make things harder than it have to be. How many people wake up? Should I wear this outfit? Should I wear that outfit? Should I wear them shoes? Man, you done turn this into a whole movie before you even go to work. Just slow down, breathe,
and take it out the night before. You ain't got to worry about that today.
There you go. Being a content creator, it's not easy. There's going to be days, like Tanya just said, you may not want to do it, but she has that support that'll reach over and say, hey, and I can hear it now, not my queen. If y'all know Pretty Timmy, y'all know what I'm talking about. Not my queen going live. Her king gonna be right here now. He gonna throw himself in there now. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna tell y'all a story if anybody's thinking about quitting. For about 8 or 9 months, I sat in my family room in my house, which was my studio. And I laid on a couch and I watched all. Tanya gonna remember this because I was talking about it a lot. I watched all the Tubi, all the Family Business, all the Godfather of Harlem, and over that TV was my camera. I had no motivation to get up and record. None. Subscribers dropping, views dropping, and I didn't care. But I had no one to push me. Notice I started it out. They thought I wasn't going to do it. And I thought, I said, maybe I ain't, maybe I can't. And I said, hold up, man, no, who the hell is they? So Tanya, I have to ask, how do you come up with all these different, I know how I do it, but how you come up with all these libations and deliberations and expectations and all this? So how, I just got to know, man.
Remember when I said that at the end of the year, I think about what am I going to do next year? Well, first off, I recap and look at what did I do this year, right? And when I say what did I do, I'm not talking about analytics. I'm talking about what did I do? What did I provide this year? How can I improve on it? Because I'm always looking at what I've done and how can it be better? I am my competition. I'm the only competition that I have. I don't look at anything else because everybody else is doing their thing. There's only one Rod doing Rod, one Keisha doing, one just asking for a friend, just ask for a friend, one Meet and I, one On the Go with YOLO, one Travel Cake Trips, one CJ and Cherise, one Mickey's Adventures, everybody doing their own thing. And I don't care if it's the same thing. Nothing's the same thing because it's different. So what I always do is look back at myself and go, how can I be a better me? How can Event Yours be a better Event Yours next year? How do I keep Event Yours interesting, or evolving? And then what I do is whatever that is, then I incorporate it into the plan for next year. So it may be, okay, it may be Tuesday Libations. That's going to stay because that's a live and it's about making cocktails. And I think there's so many cocktails to make. I don't think you could ever run out of the cocktails, right? But it's just a matter of what can be added with it. Do you make segments? Do you do themed cocktails? Do you bring guests on? What do you do? What do I do with Spirit Scrutiny? Is it just going to be me? Is it going to be guests? Is it going to be different types? So that is basically how I keep doing it. But I always make sure I incorporate spirits into it. So you got Tuesday Libations. That's a given. That's cocktail. That's still spirits. You got Spirit Scrutiny. That's reviews. That's when you're buying new releases or you trying certain liquors that maybe, some people may not have tried before or things to put on your bar. Then I have Drinks and Deliberation. That's really just supposed to be almost like just a membership chat with me thing. We're supposed to be drinking something. It doesn't always have to be alcohol, but we're also talking topics, just different topics or whatever. Members get to be on the panel, and then everyone else is in the chat. Even when we vacation, those vlogs, those travel vlogs, the travel information is there. I'm like, I might as well tell you about it while I'm going, but I'm going for the drinks. I'm going to let you know about the bars. It's always going to revert back to spirits. It's always going to revert back to the whole purpose of my channel. You're not going to see me do something that's not spirit related on this channel. Now I'm doing, okay, well, let me give out some updates on some stuff. Let me talk about new releases. Let me talk about drink packages. Let me talk about, and everything's going to be about spirit. So that's how I make changes and evolve and do all these things is what's another way I can take spirits and either make it fun, make it informational, or give people information that they would like that maybe I'm not already doing. So that's basically what goes on. Now, Timmy, when I'm brainstorming, he will provide, he's very creative. I can tell you that. Executing on that creativeness that he has is a different story. He thinks about it, he builds a vision, and then he be like, oh, yeah, that'd be a good idea. And this. I'm like, okay, you gonna help me do it? He's like, I help you where I can, so, but if the idea is good and we agree on it, then I just make it happen. So that is why with Adventures of Spirits, even though I may be the one getting everything organized and getting it done, it doesn't mean just because he's not doing that part that, like I said, he's my support, the brainstorming. So we evaluate things and think about what's a good route, because if he thinks it's interesting, then most likely it will be interesting. So that's how I do all of the libations and everything. To answer your question, is to just make sure it keeps aligning back to the whole purpose of why do I have this spirit channel.
Perfect. I want to acknowledge this from Travel Cake Trips. And Rod, you are grinding as well. You are working toward those watch hours, and that is evident. You got this. Thank you, Travel Cake Trips. But I'm going to tell you, this is not my first rodeo. Points Blank Travel. I'm going to give you that because I want to pull up another comment you said, which was great. If I can find it. Just Asking says she only see herself as her competition.
Keisha, I don't think you got no competition out there at all. Even if you didn't believe it. Yes, you your own competition, but boo, I don't see nobody else doing what you doing.
I told her that when I first saw her video, I said, you know what? And I didn't even know how long Keisha had been in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I told myself I said, I want to work with her. And reached out, and now we have a whole series. And when I found out how long she had been in the game, which was about 3 or 4 months at the time, like, you got to be kidding me. No, I ain't believe that. But, and that Tanya just said it best. I want to bring up something. I can't find the other comment, but just to give y'all an idea, and I'm going to go into a little bit what Tanya said about content creating. Really, I'm not going to say I don't do chop it up with rods and I don't have fun, but I like to do what they call evergreen content. I'll tell you, my most profitable video was nothing I've done recently. It's 2 of them. It's from 2023 on the Midnight Cruise, the Carnival Conquest. Every month, it's the most watched video I have. And I'm getting paid every month. So much to the point, I haven't done a video on Points Blank. I think I've done maybe 3 videos all year. That channel's on autopilot. Investing with Rod and Points Blank Experience are now the focus. They're running neck and neck. I just don't talk about Invest with Rod as much as I do PBE, which is this channel. Also, I have Points Blank Clips, which has been in the works behind the scene that I haven't even talked about because I'm just still getting stuff together because I'm just going to dump it over there and everybody going to have a little fun. Then I have Real Talk with Rod. I have a whole podcast out there. When I say the Points Blank Network, it's more than these 3 channels. I'm just only talking about 3 because I'm only focusing on 3. And the reason I bring that up, that's not easy. And I'm not tooting my own horn. I have my reasons for doing it. It wasn't to say how many channels can I create? Can I win an award for that? But it goes back. I saw it here. I think YOLO said it. Let me find YOLO. Yep, and staying focused and true to your product is hard. Points Blank Travel, I wanted to talk about everything. I want to talk about everything I talk about here. I want to talk about investing. I wanted to go get cookies in the snow. I wanted to do everything. That wasn't staying. Yeah, that was a classic. That wasn't staying true to that channel. That channel was about points and miles. So when you're doing this stuff, and I bring that up to you, and I don't mean to be long-winded, but when you bring up you know, we have so many ideas. And if I was a new content creator with what I see now, with the CJ and Sharice's, the Event Yours, the PB whatever, the Points Blank whatever's, the Meeting Eyes, the Your Favorite Couples, the Keeping Up Together, all these other thousands of people out here, it's so much information. I would be pulling my hair out because which one do I follow? I just follow them all, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, not only do you have to stay true to your product, you have to stay true to yourself. And that's one thing I can say about Event Yours. She gonna stay true to herself and Tiffany. Neither one of them. You ain't gotta wonder what they thinking. They gonna tell you. Tell you, I want to pull up a couple of comments. I think you had maybe one of the things. MC said one of the things that she noticed Tanya is saying that one of the things she got is planning. Yolo said that once a week be killing me. Yolo, you mean just doing one video? I'm just curious. Travel Cake Trips summed it up. You can tell that you are doing your research and planning out every live and thing that you present on YouTube. She's talking about you, Tanya. Plus, you have a job, the home and the life that be lifing. Take care of self is key. And I think they're putting a little of themselves in there. Travel Cake Trips, they're putting out quality content. And one of the things I was taught a long time ago by Elevate with Vern, and I was mad because she embarrassed me in the interview. I said, yeah, I'm just a small channel. There are no small channels. She just went off in the middle of the live. I said, man, who she thinks she is? I've never said I was a small channel since. I may be a new channel. I may not be a seasoned channel, but with 3 subscribers, I'm bigger than 1. Don't let that go over y'all head, hopefully. All right, let me make sure. Hey, everybody, Keisha from Just Asking for a Friend said you look very beautiful today, or something along those lines.
Thank you.
She said you look nice. PBE acknowledgement to you and your beautiful sister on the panel, mods, members, and everyone in the chat. Thank you, Evolving Lady.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, y'all. And like I said, we're not going to be here too long. We've been going about 40 minutes. Now, this here means a lot, Tanya. I don't know if you saw this, but coming from Big Rig, you too don't know how much you motivate me as a creator. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to ask Tanya her. I ain't going to ask her opinion. I'm just going to ask her to elaborate. When you turn that camera on, regardless of what you're doing, you have to ask yourself, how am I affecting someone?
Mm-hmm.
Am I making someone want to go do something crazy? Or am I making somebody want to go do something positive? I ain't gonna lie, sometimes Rob been in the middle. I don't know which one I was doing, but seriously, this comment right here, at the end of the day, for me, that's what it's about. That's why I'm even doing this series. Because there's somebody out there that's gonna hear me and Tanya, they may not even be a content creator, but they may say, hold up. These people were talking about perseverance, pushing, going when they don't want to. They had people in the comments saying the same thing. I ain't seen one negative comment that says, I'm just going to quit. I haven't seen that yet. And I done went through every comment, I think. Don't want to knock on wood, I want to jinx myself. But Tanya, this comment here, I'm just going to let you elaborate. I ain't going to even ask a question.
Well, I can tell you that it helps to hear, because you'd be surprised sometimes people, well, you know, just like love languages, right? People recognize things different ways. And if it's not shown or said in a certain way, it's the message doesn't get through, right? So sometimes you have people who do things, and this is not just in YouTube, just in general, that you don't know who's watching you. And I'm not just talking about on YouTube, I'm just talking about period. There are people in your family that may watch you and may never say anything. There are people that you work with that may never say anything. There are people that you may pass every day or interact with every day unknowingly that watch you. And then you got people on YouTube that will watch you and they may never say anything, but you never know. And it's good to hear when people say, you know, you inspire me, you motivate me, you made me rethink the way I was doing something, or you helped me come up with an idea that I've been stuck on for so long, and you said a word and I was like, oh, that's it right there. Or you at least let me know it can be done, you know. And so I relate a lot of that also with work, because in the line of work that I do, especially where I live, the type of company that I work with, and when you don't see many people that look like me sitting at the table, you be surprised how many others are watching you from a positive standpoint. I'm not talking about negative, positive standpoint. And there's more positive than negative. There's a lot more people saying, you motivate me, or can you mentor me, because I like to know, how did you make it? What did you do? What are the, you know, how did you overcome some of the adversaries that you came across, you know, throughout your tenure or your career or whatever. And then there are people, of course, who watch you because they, you know, they trying to get you. That is so small, because, and I'm just going to put this out there, and I've said this before, I've had too many praying folks around me that nothing has ever came to me, like no weapon formed. It just never prospered. So I don't get a lot of the negative stuff. So I don't believe the negative stuff. If anything, I'm my worst enemy. I may be overcritical of myself and may feel like I'm not good enough, or I'm not doing enough. But that's just me. That's not what someone else is saying to me. But that's just my expectation. But to hear when people are watching you or are looking at you and they say that you're motivating, is people need to hear it, because that also speaks the language that maybe they want to hear it in, and that helps motivate them to do even more. You know what I mean? So thanks, Big Rick, in saying that, because when people do say that, share that with some people. But you get some people who may not want to say it because they may not want to feel like, oh, they think I'm on their jock, or they think I'm all, you know, I'm kissing their tail or whatever. It ain't got nothing to do with that. That's the negativity in your mind. But you be surprised when you see someone and it's give them a compliment. Let them know that what they're doing is good, because sometimes those people need motivation too. You don't know if they're thinking about, like Rod said, quitting, or thinking about just giving up or whatever. They could be that one little step away from just forgetting everything. And at one time you say something, it lights a spark back up, you know? So it's good to hear. That's how I feel about the comment.
You know, you always bring up some good stuff and made me think, Tanya. I know when I bought my Genesis, I went up to a dealership I used to work at, and I went in a hoodie and some sweats. I kind of looked borderline, I won't say homeless, but I wasn't dressed like I would normally dress. And this young man came with the young brother. I said, "What's up, man?" He was like, he looked at me and just acted like I ain't said nothing. And then the sales director said, "Hey, do you realize you're talking to a legend?" He was like, "Oh." And then I told him my name. He said, "Man, I've seen your name all over stuff." He said, "Yeah, man, you need to put some respect on his name." I said, "He ain't got to do all that. I'm just here to get a car. I don't care about all that." And then so the young brother said, "Hey, man, if you could give a young aspiring salesperson some advice, what would it be?" I said, "Two things, man. Never judge a book by its cover, and listen more than you talk." And he was like, "Anything else?" I said, "No, that was one too many, because you didn't even want to acknowledge me before you found out who I was." Let that be a learning lesson, man. Never judge a book by its cover. And found out the young man is doing pretty good. But I like what you said, because some people require, no, they don't require. Some people require validation, and some people need validation and don't even know it.
Now there's a difference between validation and motivation.
Yep.
Two totally different things.
Well, let me say motivation then. You're right. Let me change
Okay.
that from validation to motivation.
Right, because that's different. And if you can pull up Cowboy Doctor's comment for me, it's the one at the very bottom.
Okay. Gotcha.
Cowboy Doctor says, I think you need to motivate yourself and don't wait for the next person because that person will never come. Now, I agree with that partially because it depends on what motivates you. So if you're motivating yourself because what you're fulfilling is for yourself, then that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. But if what motivates you is seeing others succeed based on what you are helping them with or helping them do, then hearing it come back from that population that you're trying to do things for, it does help because it lets you know you're on the right track, meaning it's no different than feedback. Think about, to me, is more like feedback. So I put it to you this way. If my goal if my goal with this, and I'm just going to keep it as a channel because I can talk about work all day. But if I'm talking about my channel and my goal, my purpose of my channel, yes, it has a long-term goal, but my current goal is the same way that I learn. I'm learning the different palettes, the different tasting profiles, the different distilleries, because if I go somewhere and look at a menu, I want to be able to pick it out based on what I know, what I'm familiar with. I should be able to ask questions to determine if this is going to taste good or am I going to end up wasting my money once I get it and it's nasty, right? So the goal is to teach people to learn how to choose what they like to drink. Now, if I do this channel and no one never says, hey, great information, hey, this helped me pick out a good bottle of wine last week at me and my wife's anniversary, or hey, I tried that bottle that you told me and it really helped me out. So now I know exactly what to purchase when I go out to the bar or I'm setting up my home bar. Thank you so much for telling me what I need to do. That means that what the purpose of my channel, that's feedback. But it's also still motivation because it's letting me know, okay, the more feedback you give me, all I'm going to do is just expand on it. So I don't look at outward motivation as like you're motivating me to just do it, but it motivates me to do it better because it's not a waste of time, in other words, So I just wanted to respond to the comment from Cowboy.
Well, Cowboy got another comment, and this is a good one here. And we didn't expect it, y'all. I never script my live streams other than what I read at the beginning and all that stuff about Tanya. But I want to ask Cowboy, and I'm a big fan of Cowboy, MRTV and Cowboy. That's Maria and Dr. Cowboy. We have been on YouTube for a long time. And I just don't think YouTube or people are good motivators. And hey, Cowboy, if you can elaborate, I know you will. If you can elaborate on that a little bit. And y'all, Cowboy is another member of the Say What's on His Mind club. He gonna tell you what he thinking. So you ain't got to worry about it. We just got to give him a little time to type it. And I like what he said, though. And I think when I look at somebody if you just tell me good job, that may not motivate.
Right. A good job at what? There's no feedback from that.
Exactly. If you just say, hey, good job. But if you say, YouTube motivate me as a content creator, I already know that I'm trying. Am I succeeding? I would say somewhat. Could I do better? Probably. But I feel like I'm putting out quality content. So if someone said, hey, you motivate me as a content creator, even though we may have two different niches, two different ideas, maybe seeing me put out quality content twice a week or two different live stream series, maybe that's motivating them to do one. I don't know. And I think sometimes when a person here, like tell you, just say good job and then put a why or what or when or something with it. Did you hear that, Tanya?
Hear what?
Oh, I must be hearing something over here. I think that's it gives a person more, okay, now I know what I'm doing. And sometimes I don't think people want to be motivated because they don't want to ask for help. Or, hey, I don't want to them to think I don't know what I'm doing, or I'm supposed to be PBT. I'm supposed to know everything. No, man, I don't know everything. I'll reach out. Tanya will tell you, just asking for a friend. Two of my co-hosts on 2 different series, they show me a lot of stuff that I have no clue how to do. And I'm not too proud to say that. I want to read a couple more of these. YOLO said, how do you know your product is good and healthy? I go by feedback. I know my product is good, and I'm gonna go back to Point Blank Travel. I knew I had a good idea because I grew up with a lot of people that, as Tanya put it, look like me that wouldn't travel. And they always used money or not knowing where to go or too expensive as the reason. So I said, what if I can show people that can do it how to travel with points and miles from credit cards, debit cards, so on and so forth. Then I looked at the feedback, and then I incorporated, okay, what about these people who want to get a credit card, who want to travel, but don't have the credit? So I did a credit series, how to grow your credit. I went into how it's not just paying your bill on time. You have to look at your credit utilization. It has to be less than 30%. Rod says it has to be less than 10. Give yourself some room for life to be life. Then I got the comments, the feedback, YOLO, of people saying, hey, when I started watching you, my credit score was 575. Now my credit score is 695. I started seeing the success stories. I started receiving the pictures of people traveling. Hey, Rod, I never thought I would leave XYZ state. Now here I am in New York. Here I am in California. So I knew somewhere that I was showing people, and I even have some merch somewhere. I forgot where. It's somewhere on YouTube or somewhere on the internet. One of my slogans was making the impossible possible. It wasn't the impossible in the beginning. People just weren't educated on how to do it. And I think that's the same. You know, I was cracking a joke, just asking for a friend, and I was working on the classroom, and she received a gift from Event Yours from Tanya for winning a giveaway. And you have to watch her video. You have to go watch Just Asking for a Friend's video. And it was something that she asked. I said, man, when I made my cocktails, I didn't need none of that stuff. All I had was the alcohol and the Coke. That's how I just poured it in. That was it. But if you go to Tanya's page, I can now expand beyond it. I can see different. Now I know, hold up, Blanco, Reposado, and some other kind of tequila.
Añejo.
Huh? You ain't even know I knew that.
Añejo. Huh? Yeah, okay, go ahead, Rod.
Añejo. Yeah, Añejo, you know.
Añejo. Ain't no R.
I ain't trying to do all that. I don't even drink no more. I don't even need to be even saying it, but I only thought it was tequila. I grew up in the world of Bumpy Face, Irk and Jerk. I ain't know nobody no Reposados or however you say it.
Paul Mason.
Yeah, Paul Mason. Or some of the bougie people would say Paul Masson. You know, Christian brothers. So you got a chance to see a different world. And that's what we try to do here on YouTube. And there's some great content creators out there. And one thing I noticed, Tanya, is people will see a channel, and before they give it a chance, they want to judge it. And then, I'm not interested in that. But then when you get to watch it, you find out how interested you just might be if you're learning something new. Let me read CJ and Sharice. They say, you all motivate us. My wife and I are just honored to be in an awesome circle of greatness. In this awesome circle of greatness. You all inspire us to do what we do. We're still learning every day. Salute to you all. And I piggyback that, CJ and Sharice. You know, CJ and Sharice had a live, and they kept saying, hey, we're going to end our live to come over. I'm like, no, please don't. Please don't. And they said, hey, we were all going to head over there. Same thing with Sticks in Charge. He was live. He said, hey, y'all go over and check out Point Blank Experience. So thank y'all for that. YOLO says, I don't know, y'all. We're going to be wrapping this up shortly. So if you got any questions for Tanya, this is all about Tanya. It's not about Rod. You have any questions for me, I'd be more than happy to answer. But I don't know if I agree with that. My job is to motivate people to want to travel. I want to know if what I am putting out is accomplishing that.
I think she's responding to Cowboy Doctor.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at Cowboy Doctor's comments on there, and let's just say everybody's experiences are different. Okay. When I look at okay, Cowboy Doctor, what is Cowboy Doctor's name? Does he have a name, Rod, or
I just
go by Cowboy Doctor? Okay.
Yeah, it's just Cowboy. Cowboys.
All right. I'm sorry, Cowboy. Usually I try to state people's names if they wanted to, but just to address and be appropriate. But the comment said that basically you believe 95% of the people have their own agenda when they are intermingling with you or whatever. But guess what? I personally believe that is the reason why a lot of people end up wasting time and delay their goals. Delay what their plans are, because if you surround yourself with people who have no aspirations of themselves for themselves, then what are you doing? If you surround yourself with people who don't have goals, who don't have things that they're trying to pursue, it doesn't benefit to be a little fish in a big it doesn't help to be a big fish in a little pond, because you'll never grow. Mm-hmm. So sometimes it's good to be a big fish among other big fish. And if you'll notice, conversations hit different when you're surrounded and you're talking to people who actually have things going on, people who have things that they're trying to accomplish. Because let me tell you what the conversation looks like. You surround yourself with people who have no agenda. And I'm just going to assume agenda means they have a goal and they're connecting with you because they're trying to see how you can help them with their goal. Well, guess what? In life, I don't care whether it's friendship, family, co-workers, your network of your circle, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, social media, whatever. You should be purposeful about who is in your circle, or how I say, people who have access to you. And it doesn't matter. No one's saying that every single person in your circle has to be aspiring to do something, but you can't continue to give of your cup if your cup can't be full. And so my thing is, if you are surrounded by circles, and that's why there are certain cultures that succeed, because they don't just have Pookie and Ray Ray that's there who don't want nothing, because Pookie and Ray Ray ain't trying to do nothing. They're not going anywhere. They're not trying to learn anything or whatever. It's not beneficial for someone to always come to you to say, hey, what can I do? Okay, well, how can we help each other reach our goal? Whatever it is. That's what true friendships are, true marriages are, true relationships are, even going out to your network and even with your colleagues. If we can't serve each other, then what are we doing? Right? Someone's helping you some type of way, whether it's financially, whether it's a network, whether it's emotionally, whether it's sexually, whether it's physically, whether it's spiritually, whether it's mentally. That person should be in your circle for a reason. And if they don't have a reason and you are not growing by them being with you, then you need to pluck them out like a weed, or just decrease your time with them. Okay. Or if you see that they're worth your time and they got potential, then why don't you help them grow? And then let them grow, because as they grow, then they're going to want to be surrounded by people who are also growing, so then they can feed each other and grow. Okay. What sense does it make to be a rose amongst a bunch of weeds? You're supposed to be a rose amongst the roses. Who wants a bouquet of a rose with a bunch of weeds surrounded by it? You want a rose with other roses that are growing and blooming too. So, I don't know, I just read your comment based on what I'm reading. I don't know really what was, I just looked at the comment and it was just very like the glass is half empty versus the glass is half full type thing. But I think that, yes, there are people on YouTube who may have an agenda. You said it's 95% of your circle on YouTube. I feel sorry for you with that. But I can't relate to that on my end. Because right now, anyone who I'm connected with, or should I say, stay connected with, they're out pouring into my cup just as much as I'm pouring into theirs. So I can't agree with the 95, but like I said, everybody's experience is different. Everybody's look on things is very different. And since I get more gratification out of seeing someone else succeed or doing better in whatever phase it is, whether it's physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, or from a business perspective, because of something that I helped do, that motivates me, whether they're the ones to pour back into my cup or not. There's always going to be someone else who sees that's going to pour back into my cup. And so I think that's where people get it misconstrued, where they feel like, well, if I did this for Rod, then Rod needs to do that for me. Well, blessings don't work that way. Mm-hmm. I can do something for Rod, but maybe Yolo does something for me. And then Rod does something for Keisha. And then Keisha does something for Kizzy. And then Kizzy does something for Kathy. And then Kathy does something for Meet and I. And Meet and I does something for Team Reese. I mean, I can make the circle keep going, but that's how that works. So everybody should have an agenda. You should be intentional about who gets your energy, who gets your time, and who gets your information. And no one's talking about gatekeeping. I'm not going there. But the thing is, you should be intentional about who you let in your space. And if you're not growing in some sort of way from someone being around you, then you don't need to have them around you. And then the same vice versa. They don't need you to have you in their circle if you busy like this, because somebody else who you thought was supposed to pour in your cup didn't pour in your cup. So now you're afraid to pour into somebody else's cup. It don't work that way. Do what comes to your heart to do. And trust me, what you put out, you will get back. It may not be from that person, but it'll be from somebody. So I just want to comment on that.
Rich Black Man is in the house. Congratulations. He just went over 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. Y'all check him out. Cool dude, man. Love his channel. He says, pass the collection plate, Rod. She preaching. Well, I'm going to tell you, I reached out to Tanya, the co-host Live and Direct, because I knew she was special. And I knew she was intelligent. I want to preach a little bit too. That's why I reached out to her, because I needed a co-preacher. Because they used to tell me, even her daughter called me preacher. I'm going to say this here, because I'm going to read what Cowboy read, and I put a little addendum to this. I added on to this.
Facts, Cowboy.
Well, facts. I always say, if you think you are the smartest one in the room, you need to change rooms. That's right. I agree with that. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Yep.
In the end of 2025, I added to that. For me, not for everybody else, just for Rob. If I'm the smartest person, I'm in the wrong room, and I'm going to leave that room. And I'm going to go and get all the knowledge I can, but I'm going to go back to that original room. And I'm going to grab as many of those people that are willing to come, that's in that room where I was the smartest dude. I want to bring them with me to the next room. Can I take everybody? Probably not, but I'm going to take as many people that are willing to go. Now, moving on. Right, Tanya, Out with Key said, y'all check it out Friday night, 7:35 p.m. Central Standard Time. Out with Key will be on the Points Break Experience for a conversation. I can't wait. Hey, what's up? Whiskey with Water said, Baker will unite us all. I'm not going to read. And then he said, but hey, man, he was confusing me because he told something about some Baker. Did he say something else? So Whiskey with Water, cool with me, man. You should aspire to be in a room that is mutually beneficial. You should aspire, but it may not always be that way. And Tanya already touched that, so I'm not going to repeat it. True collaboration are just that as well, T. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you, man, if you're on YouTube, I've done several collaborations I forgot about now I'm watching a lot of my replays. And I've worked with some great people, man. And you got to think, every time I do an interview / conversation, that's a collaboration. Maybe a one-time thing, but I'm collaborating with some people. So, and then Whiskey Water said he don't like no raisins in his potato salad. Hey, man, facts. True word. And then just as to go show Whiskey with Water a little love. Then he said, Ahoy, mate, I was in the Navy, man. And I've been to Australia about 3 times, I think. Now, Whiskey Water said, I don't need to bloom the brightest. I just love remaining in the garden. Boy, that's a word right there. See, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying, man. I tell you, I ain't know what to do. I'm sitting over here. Then we all can grow together. That's a word right there, man. And Whiskey Water, whiskey with water. You had me. I ain't know, man, because you came in and talk about bacon. I'm like, man, where's this about to go? I've seen some interesting stuff the last couple of days on YouTube. I just spoke about this briefly in my live earlier, where you're pouring into others but not receiving the reciprocation. Tanya just said it, man. We don't have to repeat it, you know. But one thing about that, Tanya said, and I want to reiterate, I think she said, because y'all, Tanya kind of educated. I'm a little bit educated, but Tanya really educated. But every time you pour into somebody, don't expect that particular person to pour back into you. It could be someone totally different. Matter of fact, just because you're pouring into someone, don't expect anything back at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it'll really come to you when you least expect it.
Yeah.
Tanya, did I get that right?
You got it right.
I've been paying attention to Tanya, y'all. I've been paying attention. It only took me about 2 years to get this right. Hey, Keith said you broke that all the way down. Tell you, hey, this is the first episode, man. And I'm telling you, I got my eyes. I can actually do one every night to the end of the month, but I'm not because I got other stuff going on this channel. But y'all, it may not be this extensive. If it's a new creator, we're not going to come up here. Notice I haven't even shown Tanya's channel. I'm going to pull it up just so you know what it look like when you go over there and subscribe if you haven't done so. But I'm not doing no channel reviews. I'm not playing no videos. I just want to talk to the creator that may have questions of how to grow, or the creator that's grown and that can pay. They said pay it forward, but it seems like it's paying it back if you're giving it to the new people. I don't know. Don't y'all pay attention to me. I just be all over the place. So, I'm scared to read this. Ever notice when we ask God for patience or humility, he gives us life experience to practice it.
Yep.
Well, this biscuit with water got me, man. Whatever some plate, I'm ready to super chat myself. So, wow. Hey, what's up, Journey on the Go-Go? Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. We're going to have to check out your live at Evolving Lady LA. She's deep. Sounds like an interest. She's deep. Yeah, hey, and I have to attest to this. Cowboy said you took the comment wrong. I'm a very successful person in life. I was just saying. And Cowboy's one cool. I'm telling you, when I'm having a rough Saturday, or actually a rough any day on Saturday, it's a place I can go. And it ain't with the Staple Singers. It's over there with Maria and Cowboy. I'm going to go over there and they're going to make me laugh. Now
see, that is pouring into your cup.
Right there.
So I got you, Cowboy Doctor. I didn't, in reference to that, the pouring into the cup is everybody pours into people's cup differently. And so when my interpretation of your comment, not by what you meant for it to come across, I'm just let you know how I read it. Because I hear a lot of that. So that's the only reason why I read it that way, is because I heard about that. But just like Rod said, when he needs some time to laugh, he goes to your channel. You just poured into his emotional cup. You let him laugh, pick up his spirits and stuff. You see what I mean? So that is someone who's feeding you in a different way. You know what I mean? So that's all I was saying. But yes, Cowboy Doctor, I totally get it. We on the same page.
And I've watched it. I actually had them on the channel, and I did an interview with them, and I've watched it 3 times in the last month. That's how much they crack. I mean, I do the same thing, and I always catch something that I didn't catch the last time. I love him and Maria. They did all I can say, man. Y'all gotta go over there and see. For you. I can't even describe the channel because it's so funny. You never gonna see the same thing. I can guarantee you that. Never. CJ Street said, "Man, I didn't know if I had to lift my shirt and pull this pew pew out or not." He brought it home with the garden comment. That's what I was saying. Hey, Whiskey with Waters had me over here. I was like, man, I don't know, man. I'm over here watching. Then I was hearing half of what Tanya was saying. If you know Tanya, you got to listen to everything because she gonna be speaking of words. So I'm over here. But hey, man, hey, do me a favor. Whiskey with Water. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that. Anybody not subscribed, hit that subscribe. But I'm gonna talk. I am gonna pump myself up in a minute, and it's not gonna be shameless, shameful, or whatever they say. I'm just gonna say it. Got 24 real homies in the crib. Hit that like button if you haven't done so. And I'm looking at a couple different things. Got about 36 minutes. The Nichols will be going live. Nichols Journey. Tanya got things to do, and I promised I wouldn't be over an hour. I'm already an hour and 13 minutes. So once again, I've lied to Tanya. So,
well, guess what? I lied to you too because I knew you wasn't gonna be done in an hour. So I'm giving myself a little grace period.
Oh, okay. You shouldn't have. No, we ain't gonna be here much. You know, I was saying you should have told me that. Yolo said I was once told. Oh, that's right. I knew that. He's from Big Rig's channel. That's where I knew him from. I knew that name, but I wasn't sure though. Okay. I was once told people support for different reasons. Yeah, and a lot of time it's quid pro quo. This for that. What can you do for me? Or whip them. I think in the Navy, what's in it for me?
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I got into sales, one of the best ways to sell is you got to give them a what's in it for me? What am I going to get out of spending all this money? You're going to get this nice car that drives itself or whatever they do these days. I haven't sold in a while, but hey, man, hey, Whiskey with Water, thank you for hanging in there, man. You brought it home with the garden. I'm a screenshot.
I like that one.
Somebody told me the other day, I think I was on top. I said, I just want to be in the world. I don't want to be on top of the world. I just want to be in it. I used to want to be on the top. I know more. Hey, just subbed, and that's what this is about. People didn't even know who Evolving with Elle was. Everybody didn't. A lot of people here do. But now she's got a new connection.
Mm-hmm.
We'll watch yesterday's live after this. Hey, you got to turn that booty around, Big Rig. You got to put that B and make it a D, baby. I'm gonna keep grinding. I don't know no other way, man. I ain't gonna stop till that thing drop. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you may want to listen to some old rap or something. Oh, and Vic, hey, Fats got the eyeballs in here. What's going on, Fats? Oh, I believe you, man. If you wasn't cool, you cool now. You just won everybody's heart. Hey, you get the Comment of the Day award, man. You get the Comment of the Day. Hey, appreciate y'all, Fashion Tree. And I have to do this today. Matter of fact, it's a good time to say it. I have to do this today because tomorrow night, 7:35, multicast, Points Blank Experience, Event Yours. We're going to be talking about stereotypes. What do they think that they shouldn't be thinking? Is it secretly ruin your life? Tune in tomorrow. We are talking about stereotypes, right?
And that's 7:35 Central Standard Time.
Yeah, 8:35.
8:35 Eastern Standard Time.
And then if you want to get froggy, 5:35 Pacific. And if you live in the mountains, you got to look it up yourself because they stuff changes. So Tuesday, your boy's gonna be here again on the classroom. We're just asking for a friend. We have a topic. I forgot what it was, but it's going to be going out tonight or tomorrow. I seriously forgot because I got a lot of stuff going on. Wednesday, I'm not going to be doing anything. Thursday, there's going to be a legendary conversation and interview. Chocolate Girl Eats. I've been working on this interview for a couple of years, but I never asked her. I just been working on building up my courage to ask. She's going to be here Thursday, 7:35. Actually, I got to go back. Classroom is 7:05 p.m. Central Standard Time. The Thursday interview, 7:35 p.m. Central, and then Friday, up and coming. She's already a legend and don't even know it yet. Outward Key will be on Points Blank Experience and maybe Grandma Key, but I'm not asking her to be Grandma Key. We may just pull her up, put on the screen or something. I don't know yet. So as you can see, I'm a pretty busy man. Hey, Big Rick said he can vouch for that. Everybody speaking. I'm going to make sure as I do you travel. Okay, definitely subbed. Yeah, I remember that, man. Hey, Wells, hey, look at that, man. You the only person in YouTube history that came here and had the host shook up and then just slid it there with the smoothest ending ever, man. I don't know how you. I'm gonna try that. Man. I'm gonna go to somebody live. I don't know, just say, hey, man, bacon is healthy or something like that. I don't even know what it said, man. A little extra time and D. Look it up yourself. He cried, like, no, man, it be changing, man, and it don't change. Yeah, mountain time. Yeah, laugh out loud. Yeah, it's somewhere over there. Hey, this was a super dope live. Yeah, we get ready to end of this busy week. Wow, yeah, man. The grind don't stop. And I ain't gonna stop till the casket drop. I'll go ahead and say it. All right. Hey, we got my main man, Tory Brain, back in these YouTube streets. He was there Friday, man. Brain games, man. I was there. I was at first place, y'all, to the last round. Got knocked down to third. And it's a little brain game. You got to go over there and use your mind. Tell you wouldn't believe how good I be doing.
You said use your mind. What you got to do?
He got all these scrambled up words. And then one of them may be a fake letter. Not scrambled up letters. I'm sorry. One of them may be fake. So you up here spelling all these words with a letter that ain't even real. It ain't gonna count.
Sound like my type of game. I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah, you will love it. Then it's got a question mark letter. You got to guess what letter that is. But if you get one word with it and don't nobody else, you own. Man, it's a lady over there named Jane Doe.
She be tearing y'all up.
I low-key don't like her, and I don't even know I like her, but I don't like her.
Don't hate on the lady.
Hey, Tori, I told Tori I was gonna cry the other night, man. I was over there getting tore up. I'm thankful I found your channels today. Y'all, that right there, mission accomplished. Every time you see me post something, it ain't about Rod. And I can tell you, 2026, man, I got a lot to be grateful. This young lady that's on the screen, my other co-hosts, people I know that I haven't even met, family, friends. And then thanks to Keisha and kids, Keisha and One Crafty, or their associates, I don't know. But I got a lot of people to be thankful. All right, y'all, we're going to get ready to raise up. Tell you got anything? He said, bacon for life. See, look at that, y'all. That's why I didn't know, man. That's why I didn't know. All right, Maj, y'all are awesome. All right, y'all, tell you got anything to wrap this up with?
I have nothing else, just to say thank you. Thank you so much for the acknowledgement and the recognition, Rod. I really, truly appreciate it. Thank you. And thanks for anyone in the comments who continuously support Adventurers of Spirits. And yes, thank you for the motivation. The more you come back, the more I know that it's something worth looking at. So thank you so much. Thanks, Rod.
You're welcome, man. Thank you. Thank you for everything you brought to these YouTube streets. And thank you for the knowledge you've given people. And thank you for the people that you motivated and inspired that you probably don't even know. You may never know. They may never tell you.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to be one of those people that told me.
Well, thank you.
So
thank you.
CJ and Sharice said, y'all have a good night. We're heading to pick up our daughter, Dope Live, Unc and T. Everybody have a great night. Speaking of which, y'all know for a while, you're probably not going to hear me say T when I respond or talk to Tanya in comments. It's going to be Tanya or Event Yours. She is pushing to hit 4,000 subscribers. That's not an easy thing. Please support the channel. Go over there. It's all, y'all, when I said 4 lives and 7 videos, they're not all about spirits. It could be cocktails, mocktails. They have discussions. They have deliberations and drinks. You ain't got to be drinking. You can just be there. I don't even drink, and I go over there and just have a good time.
As long as he have a cup of water or something. Somebody, you sipping on something. Damn it. That's the only requirement of drinks and deliberation. You need to be sipping something out the cup. It could be coffee, tea, water. I don't care.
To everybody, this may look like a coffee cup. To Rod, this is an investment. I get my coffee's $1 cheaper thanks to this cup when I go to the gas station. Everybody else going to Starbucks. Rod and broke it down to the gas station, baby. I've been with pump number 8. No, I'm kidding. Let me get ready to get out of here. All right, y'all. Hey, Joe, Whiskey with Waters is so cool. He said, my name is Joe Waters. By the way, my clever play on words.
All right, Joe.
Hey, Sticks, y'all check out Sticks, another great content creator, man. I know I didn't want to say his name too much.
Sticks is hilarious.
Sticks was working on some stuff. Hey, Sticks, tell me if I'm wrong. Sticks has been one of the most unpredictable guests I've ever had on PBE. He is one of the 2 interviews that had me straight nervous.
Y'all need to watch that live. Y'all need to watch that.
I did not know what Sticks would or wouldn't say. And he was trying his best to be on his best behavior. And he was, y'all. He was. But Sticks is another one that's part of that. You ain't got to wonder what's on his mind club. I'm here to say this Thursday, Chocolate Girl Eats is almost like Sticks, somewhere between Sticks 1.5 and Sticks 2.0. Your boy nervous. I've been researching. She does mukbangs, but this is not like any mukbang you've ever seen. Anybody in the comments that know Chocolate Girl Eats know what I'm talking about. I've had a chance to see her impersonate Prince. She did Stevie Wonder and did the whole video with her eyes closed. And made and ate tacos. I don't know who's showing up Thursday. Will it be Chocolate Girl Eats? Will it be Ozzy Osbourne? She did him. She was the little Debbie snack cake young lady the other day. And she gave herself a 7-year-old birthday party a couple weeks ago. And I know damn well she's 7, y'all. Your boy nervous. That's all I'm going to say. Hey, you're a great T. Man, look at this. This here. Hey, everybody's subscribing, y'all. We've done it. Thank you. Just asking for a friend for dropping the link. Key said this is another day. And y'all ain't saying Grandma Key. Hey, this young lady on the screen will be on the channel Friday. I need y'all to come over and show her some love, make her feel at home. She said she was nervous. I don't know why, because she's good at what she do. I only ask the best of the best to be on the channel, and I got a whole lot of people to reach out to. Hey, the links have been dropped. We appreciate you all. Thank you for all you do. Wait, if it yours. Wait, look at this, Tanya. He said, wait, if it yours. I remember that name. I'm sorry.
I know who I know who Whiskey with Waters is.
You know who he was?
Yes.
This whole damn time. Between you and Keisha, y'all gonna make me increase my blood pressure medicine, man. For real. You and T head over to me. I'm still here. All right, y'all. Oh, thank you. All right, y'all. Sticks cracking up. Hey, y'all. It's these comments. Hey, y'all, this is the love that Tanya has. And y'all, I'm not going to put now, I'm going to put Tanya's name in the title, but I'll probably leave the thumbnail like it is. So just going forward, if there's a content creator, you're wondering if you are going to be featured or have been featured. If you don't catch the live, look for the comments. If you know someone that deserves to be recognized, hit me on Instagram at Points Blank Experience with an S. Investing with Rob, Points Blank Travel. I'm going to get it one way or the other. So let's just keep it on Points Blank Experience. Yeah. Closed eyes buffet sounds like talent and gluttony. Yeah. Oh, she only ate a couple. She didn't eat many. You got me up after someone like that, right? Yeah, because I got faith in you. I know you can do it. It wasn't planned, though. It wasn't planned. All right, y'all. Hey, everybody, all right, your House of X is speaking. Everybody taking us out. He said, that man, Whiskey. I always love you. Look at that, Tanya. He said, I always loved you. Man, y'all here, you know who that was. All right, y'all. We ain't gonna hold y'all up. I want to thank the 23 people that are still rocking with us, 22 now. Tanya, keep grinding, keep shining, and please do me a favor. Keep me in line. Keep me in line. You don't know how much I appreciate you, how much. I don't like saying this word because we didn't say it a lot in my house, but I believe somewhere, somehow I love you. Okay. And I haven't even met you yet, but it's coming. It's coming.
I'll continue to be that pain in the butt big sister or little sister.
Yeah, she's my little sister that I never had. I tell her, she finally accepted a fashion tree. Y'all hear that? She been denied it all this time. She finally accepted me as her big brother. Well, I'm really the big little brother, but
Look, I might be. I don't know. I don't even know who my daddy is, who I thought my daddy was. It
Oh,
ain't
don't
him.
start. Hell
Ain't
no,
ain't
don't start
telling.
that. I know I ain't no. Well, you might be. Well, I don't know. My daddy was a Rolling Stone. You might be now.
So was my mama.
Well, I know that if he had to go to New York, he didn't meet her because he didn't leave Arkansas. He was allergic to
Then
leaving
no.
Arkansas, boy. He was. You'd have thought he was gonna get chicken pox if he'd crossed the county line. He wasn't doing it. All right, y'all. Simple Lifestyle. Blessings. Great live. Thank y'all for everybody that was here. Thank you for those that have been in the bushes. This is Kizzy. Hey, much love, y'all. We're gonna raise up out of here. And just so y'all know, I'm not playing. Tell you, if you can give me a half of a second, I'm gonna go ahead and get over here. Y'all keep them comments coming, and until the next time, I will be coming at you soon, dropping more heat, more fire, more knowledge, more importantly, showing you that this channel is more than a YouTube channel. It's an experience, baby. Until the next time, shoot for the moon. If you don't make it, you'll be amongst the stars, I guarantee you. On behalf of Event Yours, Points Blank Experience, check us out tomorrow night, 7:35. You got two choices. You won't go wrong. Either place, you're going to see the same content. Much love, y'all. That being said, we're going to raise up. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace, baby.